This video, I'm going to teach you how to structure your group coaching program so that you not only know how to structure it by the end of the video, but you know how to sell your first or your next group coaching program by following my 4P system. So without wasting any of your time, let's just dive right into the content. I'm going to give you the 4Ps right now. And at the end, make sure to stay until the end because I'm going to share with you my personal journey of how I started and evolved into a group coach. So what is the first P? Well, the first P is to choose the person, write down person that your coaching program is for. If you're unclear on your person, aka your niche, your niche, whatever you want to call it, then your coaching program may be valuable to some people, but completely irrelevant to others. And that's why it's critical when developing a leverage group coaching program that you narrow down who the person is for. Is this program for stay-at-home moms? Is it for business executives? Is it for people struggling with ADHD? Who is the person? If you're afraid on missing opportunity by narrowing your niche, guess what? You're going to miss way more opportunity by being broad. Why? Because broad equals broke. So I want you to choose the person. That's why at Fearless Coach Academy, our coaching program, we specifically focus on helping coaches and consultants. Even though our training can probably help other brick and mortar businesses, that's not our niche. It's coaches and consultants. And when we narrowed down that niche, that's when we really took off. So the first P is to choose the person. Go ahead and comment below. Let me know who your person is so we know your niche. The second P is to define the problem. What problem does your coaching solve? Why is that important? Because people pay to solve problems. You may have heard me say that in other videos. And so if you don't have a highly specific problem that you're solving, it's really hard to structure a group coaching program. If you're a wandering, generalized life coach helping anyone with anything, then no one really knows what the value of your coaching is. But if instead you focus on one painful problem, now you've got people's attention. Now you're packaging something that's going to deliver value because it's solving that problem. For us, the most painful problem is that we help coaches that are frustrated that they're not growing fast enough. Whether they're somebody who hasn't launched a coaching business yet, or they have, but they're not scaling in the way that they want to, that's the frustration. That's the problem. We offer tons of tactics on how to do that and strategies, from organic marketing to ads to funnels to speaking, all these different tools and techniques. But the generalized problem, and I don't want to say general in the bad way, but the overarching problem is that they're not growing their coaching business fast enough. So what problem are you solving? That's the second P. The first is the person. The second is a problem. The third is pinpointing the promise. Now that you know what problem you solve, what promise are you making? Again, if you're a business coach, for example, and you're just saying to people, I have a business coaching program, so what? Nobody cares. But if instead you say, I have a program that specifically helps coaches that are frustrated that they're not growing fast enough earn their first 6 figures in 12 months or less, now you've got my attention. Why? Because you specified the person, the problem, and the promise. Our promise is 6 figures in 12 months or less. I know that's not sexy. It's not the big overnight success that you get marketed to on YouTube and Facebook and Instagram, but it's the truth. It takes time to build an empire. So just know that be honest with the problem that you solve. Be honest with the promise that you're making. You got to be really careful. This is like a big disclaimer for you. Make sure to only promise what you can deliver. If you don't have the expertise, the skills, or the results to deliver this promise, don't make it, no matter how sexy it is and how much it'll sell. Why? Because people will find out. It'll ruin your brand name and your integrity in the whole coaching industry. And sadly, I see a lot of that happening in the industry. So that's the third P, is basically making sure to pinpoint the promise. The fourth is to clarify your process. And this is probably why you really started watching this video, is now that you know the person that you're helping, the problem that you're solving, and the promise that you're making, now you have an idea. You have an arc that goes from A to B, because every coaching is designed to get somebody from point A to point B. And now that you know what point A is and what point B is, the next step is to clarify the process. What are the step-by-step milestones that they must go through to get their problem solved and to achieve the promise that you made? So this presupposes that you have the expertise, the experience, and the results that you're promising your clients. Because when you do that, it's a lot easier to structure your coaching program. for me, it was easy to structure a coaching program that can get a coach from 0 to 6 figures in 12 months or less because I had done it myself and I've helped many others do it. And so I could reverse engineer, okay, what's step one? If I was to start over again, what's the first thing that I need to help somebody do? Choose a profitable coaching niche. What's the second thing? Clarify a magnetic message. What's the third thing? Map out their proven process. What's the fourth thing? Conduct market research interviews. What's the fifth thing? Master the enrollment process. What's the sixth thing? Do market, those are the steps. I know those steps and I've mapped them out into a step-by-step process within our Fearless Coach Academy program. So what's yours? What is your process? You've got to reverse engineer what those steps are, and don't feel like you need to get it perfect because you don't. In the beginning, you may forget a step. You may add a step that's not necessary. You may miss a step entirely, and that's okay. You can always reorder, but just put down to paper, and I've got a tool to share with you in a moment as a free gift that'll help you do this effortlessly. Okay, so those are the 4 P's. Let me tell you a little bit about my journey really quickly, because I did not start leading group coaching programs because I hadn't coached a single person. So when I started as a one-on-one coach. And in fact, that's what I recommend for you, is I think every coach who's just starting out should start with one-on-one. One-on-one coaching is a great place to start, but it's a terrible place to stay. And the reason is because you're trading time for money. And you don't really have a coaching business as a one-on-one coach, you have a coaching job. Because if you stop working, guess what? Your business stops working. That's not a real business, right? So start with one-on-one if you haven't served any clients yet, or if you're just beginning your journey. But as soon as you coach enough people and you start identifying patterns, now you can map out your proven process for a leverage group coaching program. Now, I get that you may understand this theoretically, but it was really hard for me to shift my mindset to go from one-on-one to group, because my thought was that my group program could never be nearly as valuable as my one-on-one because people will get less time with me. But the truth is, the opposite is what happened. The opposite is what was true. In fact, me mapping out a leverage group coaching program forced me to structure my program so that there's no more holes in the bucket. You see, if I was lazy on the structure of my coaching with one-on-one, it wasn't a problem because the client would come to me with a question or a problem and I could solve it right there. But if I wasn't there to solve it, and they had that problem, that would be a problem. So packaging this into a group coaching program forced me to come up with the resources and the tools and the assignments and the homework and the teachings that would get that client from A to B. So if part of you is thinking that, oh my gosh, I've been so great at one-on-one, it's very fulfilling, I'm making decent money, but I'm stuck and I don't know how to go to group, I ask you to take a leap of faith, to trust me. When you do it right, your group will be 100 times, 10 times more valuable than one-on-one. But if you do it wrong, you're going to have a lot of missing pieces and you can mess up. So make sure to do it right so you have a structured process with the right support systems so that your clients get the value that you're promising. Okay, so those are the 4 steps. Choose the person, define the problem, pinpoint the promise, and clarify your process. Now, what I want you to do now, if you still need help on actually clarifying your whole process, then I have a free gift for you. It's our signature group coaching business template. And so if you want the template to help you structure your entire group coaching program, just comment template below and my team will send you a link to download the resource. It's completely free. It gives you all the worksheets, all the questions, all the structure you need to unpack what's up in here into a step-by-step coaching process. As always, if you found this video to be valuable, please subscribe to my channel if you want to grow your coaching business. That way you'll never miss a future video. And now that you know how to structure your group coaching, it's time to sell your group coaching. So what are you going to charge for it? In my next video, which I want you to watch up here, is going to teach you how to price your online coaching, not just group, but also your one-on-one, your group coaching, and your online course. So if you want to know how to price that so that you get paid what you're worth, check out the video right up here, and I'll see you in the next video.